Hello everybody. 2 o'clock on Thursday, March 16th, I think it is. I'm gonna actually just give it a second. And I haven't done a live for so long. I hope everything actually works, the technology and all that. And I have some notes for you guys that I'm gonna have in front of me here, and I'm just gonna give it a second or two and then I'll start. So I guess we're gonna wait and see if is there a chat box? No, what's that? So if anyone's there and they can give me a thumbs up that I'm actually coming through. I don't have my phone, which I don't know where it actually is right now. Oh, I see a live person there. So can you hear me? That's what I want to find out first, is if the volume's coming through okay. And yeah. Jeez, just a second. I'm just gonna see if it's live in the group. Yeah, it is. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. So one of the reasons I'm doing this is, as you guys know, this group is very new. I'll tell you a little bit about myself first. But I created the group to start to get people to understand more the referral marketing industry, what the opportunities are. And oh, right on, Kelly. Hi, thank you. You can see me and hear me perfect. And what the opportunities are, what the misconceptions are, and some of the difference, because there's a lot of different kind of ways to referral market today. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, is to clear up some of that, and so people can also understand the differences, what type of plan or what type of company or niche they may like to go into if they're going to do referral marketing. So referral marketing, we would know it by quite a lot of names now. Actually, let me just tell you a little bit more about myself. So way back in the 80s, if that doesn't age you, I started in party plans. I had Avon, I had Princess House, Moscherie Lingerie, and I used to do home parties. And what we used to have to do, and when I sold clothes, I used to have to bags of clothes and, you know, wardrobe bars, and I'd have to go to somebody's house and set it all up, do presentation, you know, some people do games and things like that. Very old fashioned. I don't even know how much home parties are even popular anymore, but that's how I started in the industry. And so I was making income on the side, and then sometimes people want to do what you're doing. They want to make income on the side, and that's the team building part of the industry. And they're actually quite different in terms of the effort that you put towards them, because your consumer, your customer is gonna one way, and we used to have to like buy a lot of inventory. When I worked with Princess House, I had a lot of crystal, boxes and boxes of crystal. The more that you took to a party, the more likely your sales were going to be higher, things like that. And in today's world, other than your own consumption, you really shouldn't have to buy any products at all. Some people will end up stocking them because people want to pop by and, hey, I've ran out of my shampoo or something like that, so you can. But with all the choices out there, with the quick delivery, direct to the consumer, really you shouldn't really have to do much in terms of investing in inventory for people anymore. And so my history and my background in the industry, then going on and getting into travel, and I spent 15 years with Melaleuca. That's kind of the pattern why I've really been in the industry, you know, honestly, for almost 40 years. So I always said that it was my second income, and over time, as I didn't marry, I said it was my spousal income, because I always needed an extra income to live the lifestyle that I wanted to live. And plus it ended up affording other things. I got to travel because of it. I built relationships all over North America by going to conventions and things like that. That's one thing I used to find a lot of fun. And so there's all sorts of ways that the industry has changed and where it is now. But anybody that wants to earn an income on the side, that doesn't want to put a lot of money out, this is a really great opportunity for them to look at and consider doing that. So referral marketing will come, you'll hear it as word of mouth marketing, network marketing, multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, person-to-person marketing, influencer marketing now, direct-to-consumer marketing. They all basically fall under a form of referral marketing. And just one second here. So anytime you hear any of those, you really are in a form of referral marketing. The network marketing, multi-level marketing part of the industry is really rapidly growing. I read a statistic that there are around 6,000 new people per day joining network marketing in the United States alone, and then plus whatever goes on globally. It's very big in a lot of countries because it allows people to get into business for themselves, not by themselves, and not need large amounts of money, and not need real estate locations, employees, and all the things that go along with a standard business. So because of the last couple years, lockdowns, remote work has become much more popular, and a lot of people are realizing they can generate money from home. So it's really a good time to be in the industry, and it's just really going to grow and grow and grow as we go forward, because direct-to-consumer marketing is growing, period. So we're not likely going to forget that some of our security and our livelihoods were threatened through this, and people need some security. They really need some security. And if you're just working for the man, as we call it, you're just over broke job, J-O-B, we're being taxed very highly. You might get some benefits, but it's really hard to have savings and grow and things like that when you're really just on a straight wage being taxed. And that's one of the reasons I've had a business at home for on and off for 40 years, because it allowed me to keep a lot of the money that the government was taking. It allowed me to have legitimate write-offs at home and all sorts of stuff that have really benefited me a lot. And then it's how I really became where my travel life and everything came. It was usually related to my business. So referral marketing basically is a promotional strategy that encourages customers and distributors to refer new customers to a company or product. Referral marketing is just recommending a specific product or service. These products in the industry, you should never, very likely ever find them on a store shelf. And because they don't pay for those products to be on a store shelf, they're not competing with aisles and aisles of the same product, meaning you walk in and you see, 40 different kinds of shampoos. We don't enter that market. We don't pay those. That's a system where it goes through the whole, corporate system, etc. We become the advertising dollars of a network marketing company or affiliate marketing company. We're their advertisers, which is why it's person-to-person, word-of-mouth advertising. Companies you may be familiar with who fall under the referral network industry, for example, some of them have been around a long time and are in the billions now today, still here 50 years later. Amway, Herbalife, Tupperware, Party Light, doTERRA, Sensi, Nu Skin, Princess House, Lavelle, Metal Stacks, which is the company that I'm with, Melaleuca, which is who I was with for 15 years. Most of us can remember Mary Kay. The pink Cadillac was an amazing marketing tool. If you saw somebody driving around in a pink Cadillac, you knew that they had a nice residual business in Mary Kay. USANA, Young Living, it just goes on. And when you go look at statistics, there's literally hundreds of billions of dollars being shipped across the world globally direct to the consumer. So when people talk about it being a scam or not legitimate, they're just not educated on the actual truth. And sometimes they're just turned off from a previous experience. But I always ask people, well, did you stop eating in restaurants because you had one bad meal? Most people don't do that. So I don't apply one experience and landscape the entire industry with that. Affiliate marketing is a little different. We're going to go into more of that, but some companies that you would be commonly know would be ClickFunnels, Constant Contact, ClickBank, which has thousands and thousands of affiliate offers. Amazon is probably one of the largest affiliate networks in the world now. Something like Teachable in the industry, the coaching industry. Legendary Marketer is a company. Aweber, which is a tool. These all offer some sort of income from marketing or promoting their pocket products, and many coaching programs today offer it as well. Sometimes you have to actually buy that program in order to market it, and but in most affiliate industry or most affiliated companies and products, you don't have to do that. So when people say, well, get more definitive about referral marketing, we word of mouth advertise all of the time. And it's just simply like, if you ever recommended a restaurant, a dentist, a mechanic, the iPhone or the Android, a digital product, a coach, a certain church or leader or supplement, weight loss products, all of it is word of mouth advertising. We can also have that go to, it works both ways and it's the reason it's so powerful. And I'll give you an example. I went to a dentist recently. I didn't really care for him. He was really rough on my mouth. So my feedback, which is a form of word of mouth advertising and referral marketing, only my referral, and that specific, is I don't think I'd go to that dentist again. He just was really rough. So it can go either way. And if you really stay on top of satisfying your customer, giving them what they need, having good prices, great service, customer support, and all that, it's an incredible way to grow and expand a business and a client base if you're with a good company in the industry. So the other thing is, why do companies offer points and reward cards? They're doing it to encourage you to become a repeat buyer. So if you ever send a friend to buy something from them saying, hey, I got this amazing stuff up at Shoppers the other day, you've done a form of referral marketing, but you're never going to get paid for it. But the reason they have point cards and things like that, or spend $100, get 20 off, it's to get you to be a repeat buyer. So the process isn't any different. It's no big surprise in the world. It's been going on through time. As long as there's been people, we recommend, and people like to get information before, especially they make big buying decisions in certain ways, or they go to a doctor, they go to a dentist. We all want to know, who do you recommend? What was your experience like? So it's a form of marketing. It just is, are you getting paid for it or not, right? If you're going to make a business out of it, you have to be able to open your mouth and recommend your product. So there's a statistic that came out that Nielsen said 92% of consumers trust recommendations from people that they know. That's why you'll see me go on a lot about know, like, and trust. I'm always saying you got to know, like, and people have to know you. That's why things like video and stuff are a really great way to get in front of people. They have to like something and they have to trust you, because we generally don't buy anything from people we don't like or trust. We might know them, but if we have distrust for them, or they're pushy, or like I've had where I went and bought something from somebody from a company and they just never let up, constantly, or, well, here, there's a business. Well, when I went and bought from that company again, I didn't go back to the same distributor, because I didn't want that pressure to be in the business. I just wanted their products. So those are things, they're just kind of a conscious way to be when you're doing business, is don't get pushy, don't push your products down anyone's throat, because they're not going to become a repeat buyer for you, and our income comes from repeat buyers. So it's the reason that it's such a big business is referral marketing, though, is because it works. Word of mouth advertising works, okay? So the biggest differences you're going to find between affiliate marketing and network marketing, which are kind of the two most common things that you'd see now, they're actually quite different. They both allow you to market somebody else's product, a third party's product, so you don't have to go build your own business or go to create a supplement brand or anything. But in affiliate marketing, you generally will get paid on one level of business, sometimes 2 levels of business, but generally not more than that. So you can't go and really build large teams. One of the reasons that I don't like it as much as I like the networking model is often you'll get what's called, you have a unique URL, .com/Diane Lang, for example, and you send someone that link and they cookie it. And what that means is that IP address stays in the system, and that cookie will be yours for 60 days. So a company will say, we'll hold that cookie. So if that person comes back to your website, or if that person goes to buy something from that company, that they'll hold your information with that lead for 60 days. But if they don't buy within the first 60 days, they're gone. If somebody cleans their cookies, they're gone. So it's not the same as it's harder to build residual repeat income. And if you can only get paid on one level of business, you always need to be finding new people and new customers, because there's no repetitive growth in that model. It's not the same. So that's one of the reasons that you can do well with it and you can make some money in it, but it doesn't generally put you in the financial potential category as a true full-out network marketing company. You often don't have any auto ships with those companies. They're mostly, a lot of them are digital, courses, downloads, all sorts of things. That's why ClickBank has become such a huge company, things like that. So you're generally always having to go get a new customer, though. And that's something, after getting a check from Melaleuca for 15 years, I only brought customers to that company for the first year. After that, I had a loss. I lost my brother. I never got back into building that company, but they sent me a check for 15 years for something I had done once in the first year. So that's why I know to stick with it. If you find a good company, a good compensation plan, a company that stands out, has great products, great customer service, ships to the consumer, then you have the potential to have a really long-term income come from that. And when I joined Melaleuca and I brought those people in the first year, some of them were still buying their products on auto ship every month, 12 months of the year, 15 years later. What it really does is it speaks to the company's products. First of all, I think they're some of the best home products on the planet, and that's one of the reasons why you get such repeat business. So if a company isn't putting out good products and services, you really want to know what the satisfaction of the consumer is if you're going to go choose a good company to work with. And in affiliate marketing, you can also generally market multiple products and multiple companies, because you're not team building and you're not doing that in the same way. It's not easy to go team build in more than one company. People try it. It doesn't usually generally work for them. And it's not something that I personally actually recommend. So in network marketing, you have a much better opportunity to build a large team and a customer base that can literally grow into the thousands. When I used to get my Melaleuca check, I had pages and pages and pages of customers. The distributors are the difference, because they're people that are building the business. Customers are just ordering the company. But it would be 6, 7, 8, 9 pages long, and I averaged $3 to $4 per customer. So if you're qualified to get paid on all the levels, which means that you're building the business, you can start to pull some pretty good money out of something that's repeat, residual, and passive. And that's one of the things I think that makes a big difference too. Doing something once and getting paid for it over and over again is a great model, especially when the checks start coming in. With a good company, you can expect that company, they take the order, they take the payment, they ship it, they handle the taxes, they track your income, they offer customer support and training. Really, if you're really with a good company, what you need to do is market, promote, and represent the company. All of the rest of it takes place by the company. You don't have to carry inventory. You don't have to ship products. You don't have to take GST or all of the stuff that goes along with that, okay? So you're going to get third-party fulfillment, which is pretty much standard across the industry. In network marketing, you're going to get repeat orders through auto ship. Auto ship is one of the best things, I think, in the industry, meaning that person commits to get those wholesale prices and or to meet the requirements to have a business. They have to say, 39 points worth of business is what it was in Melaleuca. We had to do 39 points of business. So we had to buy products that added up to 39 points that kept our wholesale accounts open. And if you're in business, it kept the checks coming. So you should get some digital tools. You'll have a website. You didn't have to build it. It'll all be built for you. There'll be a back office that tracks your business, your orders, your income. It shows you who your leaders are, shows you who to go help, all that type of stuff. You'll have an e-wallet for payment, and generally low investment. And when I say low investment, I don't mean $50. I don't mean $10,000. I mean a low investment in network marketing that gives you all of the potential. You might come in for something a small $100 to a couple $100, or up to $1,000 or $2,000. I look at it like similar to a franchise. There isn't a chance in heck I can go buy a successful franchise today without probably spending $250,000. I get one franchise. I need physical location. I got to have employees. I got to have payroll. I got to do all of that stuff. And you had to invest $250,000. And if they bring you want a second franchise, you got to go invest another $250,000. That's why I like comparing it, only we don't have to do any of that. But you can build what I call expand your franchise model by teaching other distributors to do what you do, and you'll get paid a small percentage on that down through those levels, and that can happen over and over and over and over again. So you'll get residual and passive income, and it's a really great fit for people who love helping people. That's where we really shine in this industry if you're a people person. A lot of my travel came from my business. You can get bonus incentives. You reach a certain level, you reach a certain place in the marketing system, and all of a sudden you just get $1,000 check. I mean, that's literally happened to me before. It's like, whoa, I made bonus this month. And in addition to my income, that little $3 or $4 per person, you get an extra check. And sometimes they can be 4 or 5 figure checks. So, it's a great opportunity to, grow a business without having to have large investments, but have the potential to bring in large amounts of money. So compensation plans can vary based on the business, because they'll pay you multiple levels, okay? Like I said, affiliate marketing, you'll generally have one level of business, so you can bring as many people as you want wide, but if they bring people, you don't get nothing from it. Or sometimes they'll have a second layer of business, meaning somebody brought me to the table, they get paid a little percentage of my business that I bring in and then one more person behind me. If I bring somebody in, they'll get paid on that business. That model is a little limiting to me, and based on where I've made most of my money, it doesn't suit me in terms of going for a larger income. So an 8x10 matrix, for example, and we'll go a little bit into the pyramid thing here shortly, but it would be, for example, let's say you have an 8x10 matrix. It means you have 8 frontline positions to build your business, and then that business can go 10 levels deep. So 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. On the 10th level, you'd have 8,184 spots to fill with customers and business people. If you got paid on average $3 per person that ordered, say those 39 points, that's a potential income of $24,000 per month. Okay, and it's based on you helping somebody who helps somebody who helps somebody who helps somebody. That's how the model works. If you don't have that help and you're not going by that model, then you're not doing your team and you're building right in the industry. And that's kind of what can give us a little bit of a black eye, is people they enroll, but they don't ever get in and actually help people and build the business properly. It's kind of like, I call it the plus and minus, plus and minus system, and I'll go into that a little bit more. A lot of people will give you the comment about it's an illegal pyramid scheme. It's absolutely not. An illegal pyramid scheme is not what a legitimate company is. A company like Melaleuca, I looked up their numbers yesterday. They're doing over $2 billion a year sending household products to people's home. Nothing illegitimate about it. I still have them in my house today. So what makes it illegal is if you have an exchange of money, but you do not have the exchange of a legitimate product or service. That's what makes it illegal. If somebody's getting you into a money tree, if somebody's telling you you just have to enroll people, or all of that, so that's what makes it illegal. There's no legal exchange between a legitimate product and service and money. So as long as your company's not doing that, you are in a legitimate company. It's a successful model. It's the strongest model. My dad taught me a lesson about it when I was very young. It's been taught in business schools now for probably 30 years. You just have to be very discerning about what company you choose, and is that marketing plan going to get you where you want to go with your goals, okay? So if you have a goal to make $1,000 a month, done in the industry all the time. You want to make $2,000, done all the time. You want to make $10,000, yep. $20,000, $30,000, for sure. People can make 40, 50, 60, 6 figures a month in the industry if they stick with it over time and build a big business or a good leader and have the right compensation plan. So one of the big misconceptions in the industry is that you can generate a full-time income through your friends and family. You can generate a little bit of an income through your friends and family if they like what you have. It's a great product, it's a great price, and they're willing to give it a try because they know, like, and trust you. But that model isn't even taught much more with companies who are staying with the times. You have to be prepared to get out of your comfort zone, but what business owner doesn't? What entrepreneur can build a successful business without getting out of their comfort zone? So again, it's like, who are you listening to? What type of trainer or leader do you have? And are they helping you know the things that are important to you to generate that income? So I kind of describe it, there's 2 ways to play this game. One is the plus minus in your business, because you're not targeting the right prospect, and as soon as you add one person, another person quits. It's usually because you didn't find the right fit, you enrolled somebody for the sake of trying to have a new person or make some money, but you didn't find out if they had a need you can solve. Nobody ever receives a large check based on the plus minus. I brought somebody in, I lost somebody. I brought somebody in, I lost somebody. That's called plus minus. We work on duplication, replication, and multiplication. And in the plus minus, you will never end up with any company trips. You'll never end up with the bonus money or anything like that. So if your business isn't growing, look at what you're doing. If the company's making money and if people in that company are making money, it's not the company and it's not the compensation plan, right? Secondly, it's to find the right people who either have a need for your product or service that you have, or people who are motivated to change their financial situation. You have a mentor that helps calls with 3-way calls. They set trainings up with you. They show you how to get your business started. They show you how to get into your back office. That's what you have to do. If you're going to enroll somebody in your business or you're going to enroll a customer, you want the process to go as seamlessly as possible for them. So be there for them. That's what makes the difference between how your business multiplies. That makes the difference how you build team members that also like a business that multiplies, and you're not doing the plus minus. So approach the right target, have integrity, take the time to find out if somebody has a need that you can solve. If somebody's complaining about their weight all the time, hey, I got a product I've been taking that's really helping me, etc., etc. Maybe you'd like to try it, right? And if that person's not mentioning that they have a weight issue, you don't walk up to them and tell them you have weight loss product. Kind of like a little bit of an insult, it would feel like, more than anything. So mass enrolling without mentoring, training, and support, you will end up in the plus minus equation. And it is in part why there is a lot of turnover in the industry. And so if you don't want that turnover in your business, then just be different. Don't be that person, okay? Here's some red flags to watch for. Does your upline, the person that brought you to the business, constantly jump into the next shiny object? And if they do, they will try and take you with them, and it's a roller coaster ride. I prefer not to jump on it. Are the products and services legitimate, and do they benefit the end consumer? Because if somebody wants to say that's a pyramid scheme, but that company's sending out $2 billion worth of product a year and people are loving it and reordering, it's obviously not a pyramid scheme. It's like sense and common sense make a big difference in the industry. And you can tell people that, oh, I'm not with a company that does anything like that. These are as good as the products you buy at the store, only in my opinion, they're better. Plus they give me some money for referring them. Right? I don't refer a product I don't like. That's out of integrity. That's just karma you don't want showing back up at your own door. So be the person you seek to see in the world, the change you want to see in the world. Who are the company owners? Do they carry a lot of debt? Are they reachable themselves? What is their background? These are the kinds of things you want to go learn. Who starts a business without doing research? You know, honestly, like who does that? I don't know anybody successful that doesn't know either their industry or goes and does the research. What is it going to take to build this business? Hire some coaches and some mentors. It's what we do if we want to make money outside of all of the traditional ways, either going to a job or having a retail or business location, which requires a lot of those things that I never wanted anything to do with, which was debt, real estate, employees, taxes, payroll, government, benefits, all of it. We don't handle any of it. We market and represent the company. Just do it. Integrity, target the right people. One of the other things you want to watch for is have they dotted all their I's and crossed all their T's to be legal in your country. Unfortunately, this one has a bit me in the butt more than once. And now it's at the top of my list. I went to a company. I found I wanted to get involved in something that had some really good hemp oil because I've had a lot of health issues. Found them, was doing well, was doing videos, was getting orders company in, and then found out, oops, I guess we didn't apply. They had told us they had manned all the things that they needed to satisfy the Canadian government. Then in the end, we found out they didn't. So they took the hemp oil away from us and said, well, now you can only buy our skincare and a few other products that they had. I didn't join them for skincare. I joined them for hemp oil. I was getting a lot of growth in my business, and immediately I had to tell them, we can't get their hemp oil anymore. We found a product that we liked. Oh, but sorry, we can't get it anymore. So I'm look very closely at the company that you're dealing with and how, if they can cross over into the borders in the country that you live in. And then, do they have good customer support? Do they answer the phone? Do they resolve issues that your team may have or customers may have? I had an issue and was looking for an order in February. I called the company. They didn't answer. I hung up. About 5 minutes later, boom, come back. They're on my call. Hey, sorry, we were away from the desk. Saw you called. I didn't even leave them a message and they called me back just from call display only. Those are the kinds of things that check mark what I'm looking for, not X what I don't want. So, and then does their leadership lead by example? Who are their leaders? Because then sometimes leaders in the company, they're not always the greatest people person. They're not accessible. And then you got to start to wonder, in a people-to-people business, do you want that kind of leadership? So the other things, if you have changed companies a lot, if you're on that shiny object syndrome, I'm going to tell you right now, stop it. You lose so much credibility and you will never earn a substantial income in this industry. Referral marketing, network marketing, multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, influence marketing. If you keep jumping ship time and time and time and time again, and joining things that are free. Well, how do you make money on things that are free, by the way? I always waited for an answer on that one. So you got to pay attention to these kinds of things. Ask them what their experience is, and if they've been soured by the industry or soured by an experience, find out why. Well, I da-da-da, and a buddy wouldn't let up, so we finally joined, etc., etc. Or the pushy salespeople, or somebody enrolls you and you never hear from them again. They're a mass enroller, but they're not a trainer, leader, mentor, or teacher. So ask people, what's your history? Do you train your downline? Do you do three-way calls with them? Are you going to be there to help me? Because one of the sayings in our industry has always been, you come into business by yourself, but not with yourself. So you come in with your business, but you're with a team of people. And the company will generally have calls, they'll have training, they'll have graphics, they'll have business cards, all sorts of things that you can just pop in and order to continue to grow your business. So these are the types of things that you want to be asking people. But if somebody gives you an example or saying, that's one of those companies, ask them, well, what does that mean? Like, don't shy away from the question. Ask them, well, what was your experience? Because if, like I said earlier, have you been to a bad restaurant and did you quit going to them? Have you been to a bad chiropractor or did you quit going to them? Most of us, the answer to that question is actually no, okay? So, get information from people. They're scared, some people, or they've had a bad experience. So you have to be the person that shows them that's not how we work, that's not how our company works, and there's lots of legitimate, really good opportunities out there. Just take the time that find a fit for you and find something you can talk about as well, okay? If you have a really hard time and you think, well, I'm not interested in soap and shampoos and things like that. Well, maybe you're techie, so go look for a digital product. Generally speaking, you don't find them in network marketing, but you could still earn an affiliate income through a lot of those things. So for example, the other thing that comes up a lot, and this is one that I love just going straight at and say, it's one of those companies. And you say, what do you mean one of those companies? Do you mean one of those companies that distributes billions of dollars of products to the consumer every year? Right? What? Yeah, well, that's what the industry does. Billions of dollars a year are moving direct to the consumer through these companies. And Amazon is one of the biggest affiliate programs in the world. So for people to say the model doesn't work, that's just stinking thinking, as we say. It's actually not true. You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to push them. You don't have to think, but you can just say, hey, you know what? That's not my experience, and ask them a couple questions and then give them some reasons to maybe consider opening their mind and listening to you. Okay. One of the things that another big one, and this one really comes up a lot, is it one of those pyramid schemes? One of the things I'll say is, you must not know the difference between a pyramid structure and a pyramid scheme. And it throws people off. They're expecting you to either get defensive or no, it isn't, just ask them a question. Get their thinking brain activated. You must not know the difference between a pyramid scheme and a pyramid structure. And one of the reasons that I'm explain this, because they'll go, no, I guess, what do you mean? At least you've got that doorway. You can at least give them some reasons to keep their mind open. One of the reasons a pyramid works is the strongest structure they're made by man. The foundation is the strongest at the bottom, and it goes up. And when you look and say, well, what isn't a pyramid scheme? Look at corporate America, a CEO, a president. I worked for a president of an oil company. I worked on a floor that had 7 vice presidents. Then the 7 vice presidents had senior managers. Then the senior managers had mid-level management. Then the middle-level management had supervisors. The supervisors had the mass. It was formed like a pyramid structure. A church, you have the Pope, you have archbishops, you have ministers, you have the flock. The government, you have a prime minister in our country. You have a prime minister, you have, whatever it is as it goes down, down, down. Your MPs, your MLAs, the people. Basically, everything is built as a pyramid structure, and the reason is because they stand the test of time. Again, what makes them illegal is the exchange of product or service without exchange of money, without the exchange of product or service. So if somebody's trying to just get you to enroll and get people to enroll, and then they say, and people are going to build underneath, that's just bull. And if you believe it, I say, well, why did you believe it? One of the other things that I used to ask people and say, I tried one of those companies and it didn't work. And I'd say, well, did you? Literally, people go, well, what do you mean? And I'd say, well, did you work? Well, what do you mean? And I'd say, well, you said it didn't work. Did you build a team? Did you build a customer base? Did you speak to people? Did you go out and acquire customers? Well, no, I didn't really do most of that. Well, okay, so what part of you thought it would work? That's a part we have to clear up in our own mind. It's not the company, not the compensation plan, not the product. Okay? And if you were sold a bill of goods that you could get in and make money without doing anything, that's on us as well. That doesn't work. Nobody gets to make money without doing something. I mean, inheritance, that would be about it, right? So there's a reason they build a structure in the sense of a pyramid structure, but it doesn't mean it's an illegal business, okay? So I wrote a book about the industry that I've chosen to be in as a referral marketing business. I'm happy to share that with anyone that checks out. If you guys have any questions, if you want to ask me anything, I'm going to be teaching in this group referral marketing principles, how to get out there in front of people, what type of approaches. Are you using technology? Do you have an onboarding thing on place? Are you helping people getting started? Because really what's missing in the industry mostly is people doing the work. And to make a company legal and legitimate, they should have 70% of the money that comes into the company should be based on consumers. So if a company just recruits but never tries to bring in just a consumer, and the consumer usually means that that's the same. You got a retail website, so they can buy off the website. If they take a wholesale membership, for example, they can buy wholesale. If they want a business, they can join the business. That's the opportunity that should be available for everyone. And so if you get with the right company, you get in the right industry, if you're in a product that you can get excited about and love, if you don't like a product, if you're not going to get excited about the product, don't diss the industry or give up on the industry. Just find the right product with the right compensation plan. There's many, many compensation plans out there. If you work them, most of them will pay. Some of them are harder than others, for sure. Some of them you have to bring lots of leadership up the ladder for you to climb the ladder. But it's what the end of the day is, the industry rewards people that work. I never understood why people had a problem with that. And they say, well, you make money on other people. Excuse me. When you go to Shoppers, do you think they make money on other people? When you go to Walmart, do you think they make money on other people? When you go to the dentist, do you think they might make money on the people that walk through the door? So again, it's not very clear thinking. It's not legitimate. And you don't have to get mean or nasty or argumentative. You just have to make some points that make sense to people, and then that little window cracks open, and then you may have an opportunity to represent or present your products and business to them. But if somebody doesn't have a need, if somebody doesn't see a need for your product, and you go, well, they don't ever buy anything from a network marketing company, or they don't want anything to do with supplements, or don't try to pitch them. If somebody says to you, I don't have a need, you can say, you have to go determine this. You have to find out what is their pain, what is it they want. Are they looking for healthier hair? Are they looking for a healthier body? Are they looking for, products that don't have toxins in them? Like, find out. And somebody says, all these products, I buy these products and my kid's allergic and whatever. Well, they say, hey, I work with a company that has really great products that doesn't have all that gunk and funk in them. You know what I mean? Can I share them with you? Get permission. Things like that is going to be what makes the difference to being in the industry, making money, and being a good representative of the industry. So that's kind of my presentation for today, you guys. I appreciate you coming to the group and coming on the live. This is here for anyone to watch. If you think it's helpful, you can send it out and share it with somebody that you're in the industry with. But be open to the idea that if you're looking to make a second income, one of the really easiest ways to me to do it, it's not that the process is easy, but the system is set to work and to your benefit if you work it, is referral marketing, affiliate marketing, and my favorite, what I call network marketing. And when people say multi-level marketing, that just means you get paid on multiple levels of business. Like I said, an 8 wide, 10 deep. That's 10 levels. That makes it multi-level. It's not a sin. It's not a bad word. It's just the industry. It's how we know it. Be the person that you want to be. Be like the person that you want to buy from. Develop, know, like, and trust. Find out if there's a pain that needs to be solved, and then show them that you can help them with that, and consider these products as one of the ways to help you. All right? So have a blessed day. I hope everybody's staying safe out there, and God bless everybody.